Namaste, everyone. I'll be talking about social entrepreneurship. Why, and also from a youth perspective, strengthening economy through social entrepreneurship from a youth perspective. Why are we interested in it? It is a cool thing to do because we all think we can save the world. There's so many problems out there, all the societal challenges, we think we can solve it, and we think social entrepreneurship is the answer to that. So it's a global movement. Over the last decade, it has gathered so much momentum. Everyone's talking about it. We all have heard about fortune at the bottom of the pyramid and how we're going to empower people at that bottom of the pyramid to create a win-win situation for everyone involved and better everyone's lifestyle through that. What does it mean? I guess the key thing for us as young people is not to get stuck on where we fit, which paradigm or which quadrant of social entrepreneurship our ventures or what we're trying to do would fit in. The main thing is to know what the market impact is, and I guess not be stuck on the definition, like I said, because one definitive view is not necessarily important. When we're talking about social entrepreneurship, I think it would be unfair to just carry on talking about everything and not give some examples of something that has been done very successfully that I think everyone in this room is aware of. One such example is the Jain irrigation system. The agricultural success they've obtained through empowering and creating better technology for farmers has led to the creation of the multi-million-dollar industry that they have today. Another example would be Grameen Bank, the microfinance company, which is changing lives for so many people around the world. Great, so that's social entrepreneurship, some great models that we've seen that we can learn from and take it forward. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is the entrepreneurial ecosystem. We've spoken about this. This is a nice segue from the session that we had before this, where we spoke about it at length, and everyone's been talking about this. Avideshji mentioned yesterday about entrepreneurial culture. Siddharji spoke about clusters, and there was a lot of discussion around it. So what does a successful entrepreneurial ecosystem look like? It's one where there are no wrong doors. You can go through any channel that you come across, and you're bound to get the right answers. All ideas are welcomed, and the right ones are nurtured. There is encouragement to fail fast, fail cheap, and rise as a phoenix from your failure. Learn from what you've done and take it forward. Currently, we don't have such an ecosystem whereby young Hindus are encouraged to do this. What do we need to create an entrepreneurial community? Good leadership. And I don't just mean someone who says, I'm managing this, I hold office, I can do this, I'll provide you with this, but actually taking ownership, accountability, and responsibility for transforming one successful idea into something tangible, into something that is scalable and sustainable. Youth engagement, celebrating success, because we've been talking about success breeds success, everyone's mentioned that today and yesterday. So sharing the feel-good stories, learning from everyone, encouraging people to share your failures, not putting it such as failures, but experiences of what you would do differently if you could go back 10 years and do the same thing. We have strong professionals, educated young people around the world. If we look globally, everyone is very capable. They've done their own things, they've gone through good education, they're able to do what they set their mind to. And we yet still believe that seva is a very key, it's very close to our hearts. We believe that making someone else happy, giving something back to the world would give us greater satisfaction. However, when we go around the world and look at the different entrepreneurial challenges that are happening, all the platforms that are already created out there, our youth are not represented in those places. This could be due to no data being captured and things happening in pockets, but we strongly believe that we need to strengthen ourselves and position as young people of the Hindu community to be visible through all those platforms. If we look at what we have currently, we currently have a very huge existing network of Bal Vihars and youth groups and Sunday schools. If you go into these places, there is no shortage of ideas. We know that innovation is a critical driver to prosperous economy. But prosperity only comes if this innovation or that idea is commercialized into a successful product or service. Having an idea, as we spoke about before, is no good. Having probably a plan is also not as good, but executing it, going through a methodical process of what am I going to do next, how am I going to take it further, and make it into something that is sustainable and scalable is of key. So what we'd like to do is to have kids from a very young age to be introduced to this framework. When you're thinking about it, when you've got an idea, you know there is a methodical process through which you can take your idea and make it happen, to actually make it reality. We'd like to have every young Hindu to be introduced to it so that eventually when they're at that juncture of their life where they want to take their idea forward, they know where to start, they've done this before, and they're confident and there's no stopping them. So yesterday we got together as a group during our breakout session and went through some exercises like this. We went through an exercise like this. And that was the start of many dialogues to follow from here. What we decided after that, everyone present in the room felt there was a lot of value, lot to learn from that, and it needs a lot of refining to take it forward, but at least we've started. What do we need from you? Support networks, mentoring, training on how to, having information available, and providing leadership. We need people that we can look up to. We need people that we see and say, this is who I want to be with. We need you to take responsibility of one young budding person and say, I'm going to make it my personal responsibility to make sure this person achieves success in whatever they're trying to achieve. And what would be a good way to do that? Introducing some form of entrepreneurial challenges and having a group of people or having one person pitch to you, and then you can decide who you want to work with, who you choose from that. What we'd have eventually is all Hindus around the world have a head start on imagining, innovating, and impacting. Thank you.